Hi everyone, this is a twin flame reading, just to see what is going on in the collective. Quick check-in. I'm going to start with the Romance Angel cards today, and I was actually going to put these away and then felt a bit of a pull to them. Religious factors. So right now this relationship is being influenced by factors beyond your control, I'm being told here. So this isn't about, it's not just about what you want or how you feel. It's actually like there's much higher forces, higher powers now indicating and dictating this relationship in a way. Someone might be going through their own awakening or ascension, which is what's kind of causing a bit of a delay or maybe distance, maybe no communication. It's because this person is having to go through their awakening and their ascension. Let your friends help you, so don't do this alone. I do feel like there's been some really heavy emotions and heavy feelings the last couple of weeks in the collective. So do lean on people for support. You know, don't feel like you have to do this alone, because there's people around you who want to support you. Even those who you've not told about the twin flame connection, maybe family members or close friends, you can still lean on them for support. You know, just tell them you're not feeling great and try and make some plans with them. Okay, I'm going to use the Golden Universal Tarot, and we're going to use the Tarot of Sexual Magic today, and then I'm going to see which other decks I kind of get called to. I'm going to start with the Tarot of Sexual Magic actually. So I want to see what is currently going on in the twin flame collective. Okay, we've got the Hanged Man, Seven of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. Now, this deck to me always has really different meanings to traditional tarot. It looks to me like someone, the masculine in the connection, is going to surprise the feminine. She's going to really be taken aback by this when he comes in. But I feel like she needs to smudge and she needs to clear her energy for this to happen. It's been quite stagnant lately because she's had this blockage of energy around her, because she's felt really restrained, unable to take action. And it's like, as long as she clears her energy now, he is going to return, and these are the steps it's going to take. Like, he is going to return when she feels quite stuck, or like when she feels like this is out of her control, completely out of her hands. And then the next step here is we do have communication and growing closer again. This isn't, you know, full-blown like intimacy or passion. It's slow and steady. It does still feel like there's a little bit of uncertainty next. And then we have the Ten of Wands, which is the completion of this cycle, and really kind of like it all coming together, I suppose. More passion, more intimacy. So I'm going to look in the book as well just to see if there's any other messages that are coming out. So the Hanged Man is a strong bond. You know, that is indicated in these cards, but this is such a strong bond, and you know, the twin flame connection, it can never be broken. It's impossible to break. The Seven of Wands here, doubts and suspicions dissolve in the sunlight. Clarity illuminates feelings and situations. So there will be clarity coming in. There will be this uncertainty, the stagnation. All of that is going to fade away, but it's going to dissolve quite gently. I feel after this new moon is when we're going to start having those doubts and suspicions fading away. The collective have been triggered a lot the last couple of weeks, really to bring all these low vibrational feelings and everything that needs purging before union. It's all been coming to the surface. It's been intense and it's not been pleasant, but that's now going to start fading away after the new moon. And then we have this Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands here, it's called Penetrating, the magic of the toad. The power of man meets the power of woman, success in love. So it is going to be successful, and I don't feel like we have particularly long to wait. It is just about these suspicions, these doubts really fading away, and then we can move into a close relationship. Okay, I'm going to see what is going on with the masculines currently. They flew out. Give me a second. Okay, so the masculines currently, we've got the Hermit card, we've got the Knave of Chalices, and then the Ace of Chalices. So 3 more cards flew out, so we're doing things in threes today, apparently. The Hermit card, your masculine is completely alone, isolated, worried about what you are doing now in this time of separation, because he's had to be alone, he's had to withdraw from this connection so that he can focus on his own light, because it feels like before he was just getting all his light from his feminine. You know, he was really kind of like dependent on her to bring light to his life. These masculines that I'm channeling right now, all their lights came from their feminines. They didn't have any of their own. And now look, the light's gone out. So he's staring at his candle. He's had to create this distance, and he's working out how does he turn his own light on? How does he light his own flame, his own torch? You know, and once he's done that, actually, hold on. So here, the masculine, you can't really see it very clearly, but there is no flame lit on this candle. It's completely out. It's just not there. He doesn't have it. He is going to be lighting this candle because here the flame has been lit, and the moon here, I feel like this is the new moon. I know it's a full moon there, but I just feel like it's relating to the next moon cycle, the next big moon phase. So this new supermoon tomorrow, the 30th of August, his flame is being lit for then. So in the next 24 hours or so, I do feel like he will be finding his own light, and then it's frustration about how he communicates this to his feminine. It's like the light has finally been turned on, but how does he tell her now? How does he open up communication? How does he kind of talk to her? Because look, the concern is still there about her being with someone else. He wants to be with her, but he's so worried. You know, he spent so long apart from her, or maybe left things really abruptly, and now he's like, how on earth do I get back into her life? You know, what if she has moved on? But then after this, we have the Ace of Chalices. So we have, it feels to me like a union. I'm going to see what the Ace of Chalices says in here, but I'm strongly just getting the word union coming to my mind. So I like the way we're doing this storyboard at the moment. So, you know, right now, things are stuck, feminine feels bound, masculine doesn't have his light on. Tomorrow, next 24 hours or so, we have the light being lit within the masculines, you know, and then these suspicions are going to start fading away with this new moon. And after the new moon, we have 10 of Wands and Ace of Chalices. So we do have a lot of passion, a lot of new beginnings in romance. So the Ace of Chalices in this deck is loving magic crowned by success, satisfaction, festivities, good reason to be happy and in love. So I actually think after this new moon it is going to start coming together. We're going to do the feminines now and just see if what comes out for the feminines. Okay, we have the Lovers, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Queen of Swords here. So right now this relationship is front and centre in her mind. She too is a bit worried about third parties or karmic situations, but this is all that fear which I said is being triggered within you both, so that we can clear out these suspicions and doubts for good. It's like you've got to think and believe the worst about this connection, or the worst that your partner is getting up to, so that when these fade away you'll be like, I was so stupid, that was ridiculous, that was purely my ego convincing me that this was true and this was real, and it wasn't. And after that, you know, you are going to start trusting your intuition more, because you're going to really understand how much your ego can trick you and deceive you. Ace of Swords, clarity and communication will be coming in, and it does feel like around the new moon. I also kind of feel like these feminines are going to be doing some new moon rituals, which are actually really going to help the connection. Feels like these rituals are actually really going to help free the masculine for what's holding him back as well, because she's going to use the new moon to start manifesting new beginnings in her life, things which put her in her power. And you know, as she puts herself in her power, she is helping free her masculine, because she's really freeing herself from any codependent attachment to her masculine. And obviously as she releases codependency, he will not feel, you know, he will not feel tied to her. He'll feel free in this relationship, and that is so important. And then the Queen of Swords here, I'm just seeing what I'm getting from this. So this Queen of Swords to me, it's about not being too cold. I feel like there is going to be a lot of clarity, a lot of communication coming in. But these feminines have to understand that being alone, it's not as drastic or dramatic or upsetting as it might seem right now. These feminines really do have to become happy in their own skin, happy in their own. She has had to. These feminines need to learn that they have broken their own heart in this connection. It's not been their masculine, their masculine may have hurt them, but it's their feminine's behaviour and codependency and attachment that has actually really hurt her more than anything. If she'd have just detached earlier on and trusted more, then it would have been a lot easier. Obviously, we can say all this now, in hindsight, but it's just an important message that you have broken your own heart. It's not just being a masculine, so don't blame them constantly. So the Ace of Swords in the book says accepting doubt and transforming it into trust. So right now the message is so clear for the collective. All this is about letting these doubts and fears rise in your consciousness and be brought to the surface so that you can turn them into trust further down the line, because all of this suspicion, this fear, I feel like it's really not true. It is just an illusion. Okay, I'm not being called to use any more tarot. One sec. I'm just going to use the Healing with the Angels, and then we'll get some messages. So what is going on in the Twin Flame Collective? What do we need to know for now and the new moon? Nature, so get out, get grounded, spend time in nature. Also get outside, get under this new moon and let the new moon light actually rejuvenate you, because we've got support and we've got forgiveness. So get out under the new moon, not sat in your bedroom, not indoors, get outside. And there's so much support now. The Ascended Masters and Angels are really helping heal this collective. Use the new moon to help forgive yourself, forgive your counterpart for any hurt, pain, resentment. Because as you forgive, you're opening up to this relationship again and you're letting it back into your life. Serenity. So I just feel like things are becoming more peaceful. Manifestation. Can't even say that word today. Yes, a manifestation. So use the new moon to manifest your new beginnings in your life. But remember, don't make this about your counterpart. Make it about you so that they don't feel that bind, so that they feel free. Focus on what you want to manifest in your future, not a person. Focus on career or happiness, freedom, health, etc. Last message out, we have harmony. So harmony is being restored. On the bottom of the deck, we've got celebration and the moon is here. So I feel like between the new moon and then the next full moon, we're going to have a lot to celebrate. Harmony is being restored. Look out for numbers containing 2. So 22, 222, 212, numbers like that. They're going to be an indication that harmony is being restored, balance is coming back into the connection, and it is all coming together. Okay, we're going to get some messages now. From the divine feminine to the divine masculine. We're going to do this like a conversation. So we're going to see what the feminine has to say first. Feminine to masculine, you are my wish fulfillment. And then the masculine's response, I want to kiss you. Feminine's to her masculine, please don't be angry with me forever. So these feminines feel like their masculine is angry, or this just could be feeling the distance and being very uncertain about what is going on with her masculine. Masculines for feminine, I miss us. It's so much more than you realise, feminines. Feminine to the masculine, there is no obstacle I wouldn't face for our love. And the message of a response from the masculines. We had 2 cards flip over them. The best is yet to come. Trust in me, trust in us, I'm coming back to you. So those messages are pretty loud and clear. And the reading as well, like, it was a very simple message today, and this is all about letting those fears, letting those suspicions rise to your memory, rise to your surface, and these are actually going to eventually be turned into what builds a really solid relationship. It's like you're going to realize all of this is an illusion, and that's really going to create such a secure bond as you both come back together, discuss your feelings. These suspicions are going to fade away, and you're going to realize the depth of this relationship. It's like if your counterpart has been worried about what you're doing behind their back or in this separation, because we've seen here that the masculines are very much in hermit mode, trying to turn their own light on, and then with the new moon, then their light is going to be lit, and then it's frustration about how they communicate to their feminine. But then we have the Ace of Chalices, which is a new beginning in a relationship. So it is all coming together, but it's like it's only once a conversation has been had between you both where you realise that actually you weren't doing anything in this separation with anyone else. It was purely using time alone to heal. And once you both understand that and communicate that, you're going to have a very solid and secure relationship. Okay, sending you lots of love and light. I hope you've enjoyed that reading.